Throughout the centuries, those who visited the pyramid overlooked the fact that it was the very symbol and testament mentioned by Isaiah. In Isaiah 19 verses 16 to 25, we have a future scenario for Egypt. The 19th verse refers to an altar and also a pillar. In that day there shall be an altar to the Lord, in the midst of the land of Egypt, and the pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt. What could these be about? It is most noteworthy that the numerical value of the Hebrew words written by Isaiah, when added together, adds up to 5,449, the exact number of inches in the height of the Great Pyramid, as left by the builders, that is about the capstone. Theories center around the Great Pyramid of Giza, and the possibility that this great relic, possibly at least 4,500 years old, is actually a portrayal of the Bible in stone, and may mark both the first and coming advents of Christ, among other timelines, which we will cover later in this video. According to the scriptures, God has placed wonders in Egypt to be a sign at the return of the Lord, to deliver those who call on the Lord. This altar is said to be on the border, but yet in the middle. Giza means border, and it is at the border of Upper and Lower Egypt. Therefore, it is also in the middle of Egypt. The Great Pyramid is the last remaining wonder of the ancient world. The nature of the Great Pyramid and its complex, including the Sphinx, a would-be pillar possibly, makes it the only real candidate fitting the prophecy found in Isaiah. Although the pyramid is built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, who was second king of the 4th Egyptian dynasty, it should be obvious by now that he was not the builder, nor did he have the understanding of the scientific knowledge found in his design. Then who was the builder, and where did the information come from to construct it? One of the most asked questions was, did the Israelites build the pyramids of Giza? Were the pyramids located in Egypt built by enslaved Hebrew Jews? No, there is no evidence for this at all. And even the Torah just talks about the Israelites being made to build cities from mud bricks without straw. The pyramids were not made from mud bricks with or without straw. The Egyptian books of the dead document that the builders of the Great Pyramid originated from Arabia. Now Arabia was a home in the Shemites, the ancestors of Abraham, among the descendants with Joktan and his sons mentioned in the book of Genesis. There is an Arab tradition that Joktan was the progenitor of all the purest tribes of southern Arabia. Joktan has been identified with Qatan, the ancestral figure of Qatanites in traditional Arab genealogy. 3 of Joktan's sons have connections to South Arabia. They all lived during the period when the Great Pyramids being built. One should keep in mind that they were directly of Enoch, to whom God gave prophetic and scientific information, and among other things the times and courses of the heavenly bodies, which could only mean the stars and their cycles. They must have been the early shepherd kings who invaded Egypt and occupied the land prior to Khufu's time. Having identified the builders of the pyramid, we come to its most amazing feature. In the many chambers and passages we find incorporated a prophetic history based on an inch-year scale, which started when the building commenced. Clue to find this key, and why the antechamber was called the Enoch Circle. It is not speculative to look back at the geometric triangle formed from a point where the floor of the Queen's chamber intersects with the floor of the ascending passage and the upper end of the passage. The north end of his base marks a date September the 29th BC, which is the exact birth date of Christ. Apex marks the date April 3rd AD 33, the exact date of the crucifixion of Christ. Known Bible chronology gives the date of Mary, mother of Jesus' conception at December the 23rd in 3 BC. And the perfect gestation period, being 280 days, bring us to September the 29th BC. A confirmation of the date of the birth of Christ shown in the Great Pyramid. Significantly, the baptismal date for Christ is October the 14th AD, which 29 is also found in the Christ angle. By moving the base measurement of the triangle up to the sloping passage, confirms that 3.5 years after his baptism, Christ was crucified on Calvary. The Christ angle of 26 degrees 18 minutes 9.7 seconds, when applied to the parallel of latitude on a map of Palestine, leads directly to Bethlehem. Now can there be any doubt but that the Great Pyramid is a sign and witness in the land of Egypt as written by Isaiah? If there is still doubt, then it is against the laws of reasoning and logic. It is most significant that the Great Pyramid is depicted on the Great Seal of the United States, which shows 13 courses of masonry and symbolizes the unfinished Pyramid of Giza, which in turn represents our nation, founded in 1776 AD as a godly Christian nation. The eye and pyramid on the U.S. dollar bill originated from the Great Seal of the United States, a symbolic emblem created in 1782. The eye of providence, often interpreted as representing the watchful gaze of a higher power or divine providence, was a common symbol in Christian iconography. The pyramid symbolizes strength and durability. Together, they represent the idea of America's strength and divine guidance. The design was incorporated onto the dollar bill in 1935 during the presidency of Franklin D. Roosevelt, as part of a redesign effort to modernize and enhance the security of U.S. currency. Contrary to that which is taught today, the eye and the capstone represent the all-seeing eye of God, the destiny of this nation, and revealing him as the architect of the Great Pyramid. It also symbolizes Jesus Christ as the stone which the bill is rejected, as David wrote in Psalms 118. But the day will come when it shall descend to complete our national structure with a divine completion. We look for the day at which the Apostle Peter wrote, "Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect and precious, and he that believeth on him should not be confounded." Prophet Zechariah wrote of this storm, "He shall bring forth the headstone thereof, shouting, crying, Grace, grace unto it." Christians await that day when the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ. And he shall reign forever and ever. After 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid's mysteries unveiled. It reveals that Christ is God, creator of the universe and architect of the Great Pyramid. Thank you for watching to the end. May God bless you. Please like and share this video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos.